my thing and he didn't. Why is that logo? I haven't used that logo in forever. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central. We're going to break down the Chicago Bulls' third Summer League game led by Julian Phillips and Javon Freeman-Liberty, who both had big games for the Chicago Bulls tonight. We're going to get into all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans, this was a one to take away some progress made by a couple of our rookies. Julian Phillips, who vowed to bounce back in his exact words for the Chicago Bulls, goes 6 of 8 in this game, 3 of 3 from three-point range. Keep in mind, his jumper was the biggest question on him in this draft. He also chips in 4 rebounds in this game, 4 personal fouls as well, but 16 points. He ties for the second highest scorer on this roster. But the story of today's game is going to be Javon Freeman-Liberty, 9 of 17, 3 of 7 from three-point range. He has 6 assists, 2 steals, and 28 points, leading all scorers as the Chicago Bulls win their second out of 3 Summer League games. Hey, listen, this was a fun game to watch. Adama Sanogo as well in this game, showing why the Bulls went after him right after the draft. 7 of 10 from the field, 4 defensive rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, so 9 rebounds total, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 15 points, had a plus-minus of +7. Dalen Terry continues to not shoot the ball well, but he continues to doing everything else on the field. On the court well. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 4 turnovers. He was 2 of 7 from the field, 0 for 1 from three-point range. That shooting is going to definitely need some work. But the thing we all know with Dalen Terry, his role on the Chicago Bulls, if he does get off the bench this season for the Bulls, it's not going to be to score the ball. It's not going to be to shoot necessarily, other than wide open shots. It's going to be those things in the margins. It's going to be the energy thing. It's going to be the rebounds. It's going to be the block shots. Did that very well over the course of the Summer League so far, but extremely well in this game as well. And hey, Dalen Terry can pass the hell out of the ball, especially on the fast break. We'll see what happens with his shot as it continues to round out. But overall, just some really good play from some of the key players that we're looking for in this game. And I tell you what, Javon Freeman-Liberty, considering he's a bigger guard, I would rather have him in Carlik's spot than Carlik Jones. I know people are going to get to saying, but Carlik won the G League MVP. That's like being the smartest kid in the slow class. I don't care about that. So ultimately, though, I like what a lot of these players are giving. Henry Drell with 13 points. He goes 3 of 6 from three-point range. Hope the Bulls have him on their G League roster as well. This was a fun game to watch. The Bulls coming back, then allowing the Kings to come back again. The Bulls march back again, end up winning this game. That's what you want to see from this team, man. Winning it 107-99. Really did appreciate that, to just see how this team battled back. But hey, both AK, Billy Donovan were all there looking at that. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Let's go ahead and get to the comments early on this one. Stevo should be joining us, so we're waiting, see what Stevo says when he gets in here, but let's go ahead and get it in. Shay in the building says Adama Sanogo should be working with people like Zach Randolph and Carlos Boozer. That way they can help him with his offensive game. I mean, that's what we have a head of player development for. I don't want Carlos Boozer touching Adama Sanogo, and I don't even know if Zach Randolph is training players. Not worried about that. Shay says Julian Phillips. Whoa, who's that, bro? Who's Julian Phillips? That's your crush? What we doing? Says could be something like Derrick Jones Jr. type of player with much better defense and better three-point shooting. I don't like that comp for him as Derrick Jones Jr. because Julian Phillips is actually a power forward. Derrick Jones Jr. isn't. Derrick Jones Jr. is an actual wing who was playing center for us. Julian Phillips is actually a power forward / small forward, especially if that three-point shot's going to work for him. But I don't really like that comp. The way that I look at Julian Phillips personally is an athletic Taj Gibson. I think that's what he can be with a better three-point shooting as well. But I get what you're getting at with that. Steve-O is in the building. What's going on, Steve-O?
Get that man a pen. Get that man a pen. Hey,
What the? I see you. Kev in my shit. He got everything turned off. I don't know what Kev was doing in here. But there we go. The background's in this mud. Kev was in here just touching shit, bro. Like, I don't know what Kev was doing.
Bro, we all been in here, bro. If y'all haven't known, they did some stuff over the weekend and just completely changed everything around. We getting used to it.
Yeah,
so we just been messing with stuff.
Hey,
but
bro,
yeah.
So let's start with Javon Freeman-Liberty, because that's who you came in talking about, man. Being probably the most consistent player in the 3 Summer League games so far. We know that we do have Carlik Jones, who can come off. We also have Terry Taylor, who maybe the Bulls look to come off his 2-way contract to make a spot. But do you think the Bulls, is it important for the Bulls to make a spot for Javon Freeman-Liberty, whether it be 2-way contract or whatever else?
I believe yes. I'm gonna say this because I'm sick and tired of seeing. This is what the Summer League is for. Don't sit here and you're seeing improvement. I was just telling y'all through the text messages, when we watch, even as when he had a pretty good season throughout the Windy City Bulls, but even then, I did not know he had a bag. Majority of his was just hustle points, and I'm a bigger guard. I'm gonna attack the basket. He didn't improve his shot. He's confident. He's not thinking. He's just doing, and that's what we need. Yeah. And I said, and I'm gonna say a bold statement, like I told y'all in the text message. If he do get signed, you got a threat on your hands.
Well, that's a great point to make, is because whatever happens with Io, let's say Io doesn't resign, it definitely goes away and adding another guard potentially to the roster. Now, Javon Freeman-Liberty, 23 years old, do you want to see him have another season in the G League, or do you think you look at him 6'4", 190 pounds? Do you think he's ready to sink or swim at the NBA level? Is that what time?
I'm tired of y'all holding these muds hostage, and it's like you somebody is talented, but you just want to hold them, but you just don't know how to use them. Like there's no reason why we shouldn't have seen Marco, if he's out there give you 25 and 10. In your mind process, maybe he can give us 15 and 8, and you're not even trying to put him out there. So we got to go away from this. Oh, we just gonna see what he can do. He didn't already improve. He did his thing. He did good enough to get a contract off his play from the G League previous season. So what's the point of you he's gonna possibly win MVP like Carlik Jones did?
I feel you.
And it's like I just feel like you just wasting money, you wasting people's time, you wasting your own time developing people, because you're still developing people down there is spending time with these dudes, getting them prepared for our system. So, and what do we need? We need more scoring off the bench. He's a 6'4" guard that we could use.
And the way that I look at it too, and looking at his growth from last season in the G League till now, is that it's the poise, right? Like, you could tell that you made the point. It was hustle points last year, even though he was a scorer at DePaul. But I think now you're seeing him understanding how and where to get his shot off on, and he doesn't take bad shots. He just doesn't. And so, and his shot has gotten definitely quicker since last year in the G League.
I didn't know he had a form.
Yeah. So, hey, listen, I tell you what, for a team that lacks development, when you look at somebody like a Javon Freeman-Liberty, it's like that's the type of player that you want to try to bet on, right? That you want to try to, has more size than Carlik. And I'll tell you what, this too, is he going to get blown up some defensively? Absolutely. But he's active defensively as well. Now, this is Summer League, right? So we got to put that caveat on there, everything's Summer League, but like, you want players who are going to be active and smart. Javon Freeman-Liberty has shown that so far in Summer League.
And I know people going to come me for the IO statement, because yes, defensively wise and size wise, yes, he outdoes Javon Freeman-Liberty. But like you just said, he's still active and he has all the tools to do it. We just seen this about 20 minutes ago get a stupid block. I almost lost my mind. I didn't even know he had it. Yeah. So it's just like stuff like that. He's willing, he's hustling, he's diving on the floor. Hey, I like I said in the text, I would love to be in training camp seeing Javon, is it JFL? Yeah, JFL. Yeah. Kobe, all of them battling in training camp. I would love to see that, because I know all of them gonna get better, and that's what we need on this team. So, if he don't get picked up here, he gonna find somebody else.
The Bulls have to make that
watching.
decision, because I tell you what, if whatever they're gonna do with Javon Freeman-Liberty, they have to be making that decision now, because the moment summer league ends, somebody's gonna get on the phone for that man. Period. That's it. So if the Bulls want to invest in that, they got to give him a two-way. And I tell you what, I understand Terry Taylor, and what he could be, but I look at Julian Phillips, who we're going to talk about next, and I say, hey, Terry Taylor is kind of redundant at that point. But like Julian Phillips in this game, Steve, me and you have been talking about him off and on since this morning, and showed came out, did not hesitate with the 3-point shot, which was the biggest question with him. How'd you feel about Julian Phillips in this game?
See, and even with Javon, I'm not trying to super blow up because it is the summer league, but I'm just liking to see there is no thinking. Even because I'm looking at Dalen is out there. He's out there thinking. He's not really. It's not pulling. Yeah. I'm seeing a whole most of this team, but especially these two, when they get that ball, they take it. They're not thinking. It's rotation. They reading and reacting. And that's what we need on this team. I don't have no more time for the projects. You figuring out how to get more aggressive. I'm slow. We got too many people on this team that has that issue. I need the sure thing. And what I'm seeing that's the sure thing, especially from a scoring and impact, just an impact in a basketball sense, is people like Liberty and it's people like Julian. Julian definitely, even though he didn't have the type of game he had previously, he still made bro getting rebounds that size. He's like it. I talked about his size, like he ain't small, but he ain't big either, and he get big rebounds. That's something we need. We need more people. What we always say, Bucha ain't getting these rebounds. Of course, he ain't getting all them rebounds. But he by his damn self. So we can especially use him. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from Julian for sure.
Julian, to me, and also, yes, summer league. Keep in mind, everything that we talk about today is with the caveat that we understand it's summer league, right? We don't need people blowing us up for that. But here's what I'll say: when you have a player that 2 weeks, what it was drafted 2-3 weeks ago, that already has worked on what their biggest negative was on their scouting report, that shows that there's promise there. And we already talked about it. Me and you talked about it. We talked about it on and off the show. Julian Phillips' shot was only bad in freshman because his college team tried to change his shot. They immediately came in here. One of the first things that they did when he came here and started working out, we got to get you back to your high school shot. That's what he's done. He's having success. He still needs to refine it some, but I love seeing the growth from Julian Phillips in that area, and I think he's making the right strides, and we'll see what that means. Now, he's still coming up to Billy Bubblegum Donovan, so we don't know what that means as far as that, but we'll see. Adama Sanogo in this game. How you feeling about Adama?
Hey, he definitely didn't look like the complete rookie he did last. Hey, he showed some feet. We always know his motor's gonna be there, so that's one thing I didn't worry about. But he showed that he had a little bit more touch. One thing we pressed on him about his last performance, he didn't show any touch. He showed a lot of touch. He was composed when he caught the balls, and he was quick decisions with it. And he could be a problem when he gets real close to that rim. So if he catches it real close to that rim, ain't too much what people can do with it. He's too big. So he turn around, drop step is over with. So I like that, and he was more active on the defensive side as well. I think he had 2 steals and 2 blocks. So he was doing it. For an undersized big, he was doing it. He was doing it. So.
I don't know if he had jet lag. I don't know what it was. That first summer league game, he looked like he had never touched a basketball in his life. But the second game, he kind of turned it around some. It was going in the right direction. This game, it showed you what his skill set and how he can impact the game. Like you said, not too quick. Is it gonna rotate out? If you catch him on a switch, he could absolutely get blown up. But his timing on his block shots for a player that it can't really jump too much, but has a lot of length, smart. He rebounded the ball well. He attacked the rim when he did get rebounds. And I just think he played to his strengths now. And you're starting to see, is he going to be a limited player at the NBA level? Absolutely. But you're seeing kind of that thing that made the Bulls decide to go after and get him on draft night as an undrafted rookie.
I got a question. So, like, it's something it just dawned on me because I was noticing the first few games. I think maybe the coaching changed a little bit because I've noticed it even with Dalen because even though he's not playing how we thought, he's played a little bit better than the first few games. And I've noticed because with Dalen, they was trying to make him this playmaker, and we talked offline. I'm like, bro, he's not really a playmaker. He's somebody that has good vision, can pass, but when it comes to playmaking in the half court, you don't
He's
want to
not
lean
that.
on that.
Exactly.
So when you lean on him in the transition, what he did today, he looked good. Even with Sanogo, what was he doing that first few games? Shooting. I didn't see him take a shot that day. Did you?
Who?
Sanogo.
No, a jump shot. Well, no. I think everything he did was at the rim. Shot 70% at that too. Yeah,
exactly. So that's why I was like, I felt like the coaching staff was trying to see something, make them do something a little different than what they're normal to. But once everybody played with their strengths, they played like a team, and they ran them. Now for a little Cap Calloway was giving us some problems, and we the defense need to be a little bit tighter. But I like what I seen by Sanogo, Julian, all of them for real. Like
yeah.
they was definitely hooping, and they ain't hooping for no reason. They hooping for contracts.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, I mean, that's what summer league is for a lot of these guys. Not for, of course, Julian Phillips, Dalen Terry. They know where they're going to be. But like the players like Nate Darlin, who went 4 of 10 from the field, like 16 points. I'm sorry. He's fighting to try to get a contract, whether it's a two-way, whatever else. Henry Drell comes back in 11 points. I really do like Drell. And I think he's young as well. These are players that have played for the Bulls before that are probably going to stay in the system. And that's really the thing for a team that's lacked development. And I'm not saying you're going to develop your next star through the G League or anything like that. But if you can develop role players, even if it's 1, 2 role players every 2-3 years, that provides you with a low-cost, quality contract, and you can see what it's going to take off on. That's what the Bulls need to be turning this G League system into, is they need to be developing their next set of role players, and you never know what that's going to turn into.
And the sad, well, I wouldn't even say the sad truth, but the truth is that's really they don't really have no choice. You don't have the money. We don't even have the Lonzo money yet. So, and then you just spent most of it on Torrey Craig and Javon. So it's like now, and even in this game, they was talking to AK. And one thing he kept on saying, he said it with emphasis: our young players got to develop.
Yeah.
Well, some is developing in front of your eyes in the summer league that you ain't been using. You let one go away. Now he back in his homeland, perfectly win MVP over there just to get back in the league again.
Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to go over there. He's going to play 2 or 3 years over there. He's going to win an MVP, average 22 and 12, and then he's going to probably come back to the NBA, and then Bulls fans are going to be like, hey, y'all remember when he was here? That's what's going to happen.
25 like a motherfucker with a beard. Hey, wasn't that tall? We thought that was Billy's son. Yeah, that's him.
That was tall ball boy. Yeah. But really solid game overall tonight. This was a promising one, a fun summer league game, and it better damn well had been fun as late as this game started as well. I'm old, bro. Yeah, like come on, man.
Indeed.
Like what we doing, man? What we doing out here, bro?
Hey,
I shouldn't have to drink tea at 11 p.m. so I can stay up for a game.
Oh, you
bro.
old. Oh,
Bro,
you
I'm
Mr.
old.
You Mr.
Well, I grew up
Rogers.
in Europe too. You got to remember. So tea is a thing for me. But
you put milk in it too.
Oh fuck no, bro! I'm not a weirdo. I grew up in Europe.
Oh, they weird now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Motherfuckers who put milk in tea are weird, bro. I don't care. You can at me.
I saw that first time. I was like, I don't even know like who idea. Somebody need a ruler. Whoever idea that was need a damn ruler. Just pop their ass real quick. And that don't even make no damn sense. That's something a child would do.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Now, we have to ask the question before we go. And we touched on it a little bit. All the development, the player development coach, all that stuff is good. What do you think it's going to take for Billy Donovan? And, I've been somebody who fought back on a lot of people saying, well, Billy Donovan just like he's 2 for 2. We had 4 rookies come in here. 2 of them played right away. 2 of them couldn't see the court. Do you think that Julian Phillips, what we've seen with Billy Donovan here at the Bulls is that if you can defend high-level defender, you can get on the court. Do you think that Julian Phillips has that level of defense where he could potentially force Billy Donovan's hand to have to play him? Or do you think we're going to be talking about Julian Phillips averaging 18 and 16 down in the G League and wonder why we ain't seen him at all?
I think at this stage of when Dalen came into the league, I think Julian's a better defender. So I think out of everybody on this team currently, Julian's probably gonna be the quickest one on this team.
Okay.
Just because he's bigger. If I'm not mistaken, you said he got a 7'2" wingspan. He got a 40-inch vertical.
Mm-hmm.
That's Dalen. That's DJJ, who we just lost, but can shoot more.
Yeah.
He want that. And then he can possibly, he showed that he could get rebounds against bigger players. And Billy like playing people at the 5 that don't got no business playing at the 5. Yeah, he can be.
He will absolutely be, especially if we don't sign another center. Julian Phillips absolutely will be playing some small ball 5. Him and Torrey Craig probably, bro. And I tell you what, the first time Torrey Craig,
at least he got some experience.
Checks in at center, bro. I'm just gonna be like, here we go. But to your point, at least Torrey Craig is gonna give a couple of elbows out there when he's undersized. Like he's not gonna.
Yeah, he been playing power for a minute.
Yeah, but like it's just, God, it's just so crazy. And I'm more concerned about Billy Donovan coaching these young players than a G League coach who hasn't coached at the NBA level.
He is Bubblicious Billy for now on.
Bubblicious Billy, that's hilarious, man.
He's that should not be named. He's the one. He's the reason. I can honestly say he's the reason why all of us got that little feeling in our chest where we just don't know what the hell gonna come. We can see the good, but it's just up to this motherfucker. It really is. So it's like, hey, you getting tools. You can't sit here and say you're not getting tools. This is not no bum team. So like, hey, they doing what they can. They made some mistakes on the way, but they trying to fix it. So hey, you got to do something.
Yeah. Verdict. I texted you this to our group chat, the Chi-Town Sports group chat. Did AK cook more than we think he cooked with the draft?
I ain't giving that.
You're not giving him that yet?
I gotta see. I'm sorry. When it comes to AK now, I ain't smelling shit. I'm sick. I can't smell nothing.
You gotta see
smell. I need to see the full display. I need to, it better be pretty.
I feel it.
I'm sorry. Like, you don't get that. I'm sick. I got the flu.
Yeah.
You gave me influenza.
Sluggo brings up this. I guess we do need to talk about. He says, wish Lewis didn't get hurt. I wanted to see him play more.
Facts.
Do you think that there's a risk? I know that the Bulls have been very invested in Justin Lewis. Any chance that you think because of the injuries that he may be the one they cut ties with, or do you think that they're pretty locked in with at least seeing out his development and at least through a G League season?
I think he's gonna be a Windy City Bull for a minute.
Okay.
He the one that they gonna wait out.
The new Marco.
He's the new Marco.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the new Marco for sure.
Yeah. I understand why they pulled him from the rest of summer league play. I really do think that they want him to get into the G League. I think they look at it and say, listen, summer league, cool. You twisted your ankle, don't even worry about it. We want to see you go through a season. We want Peter Patton to be able to work with you for a whole season down there in the G League. Because I really do think they look at Justin Lewis and they say, hey, this is a guy, much to the point that we made, probably never going to be a starter, may never be like a high-level role player, but somebody who can come in and play a role for you, that can stretch the floor, that can shoot the three, be a solid rebounder, some shot blocking. He's not the shot blocker that some people try to make him out to be when he was initially drafted, but he does have some of that. Yeah. And, that's how you get more value out of things. And so I do think that they're going to try to hold him in there, that G League system, and see what they can get out of him.
Man, somebody just said Julian Phillips got the makeup to be Pascal Siakam. I said, hell, if he come even kind of Pascal, that's a bona fide 2.
That's a fact.
Because one thing about Pascal, he ain't got the athleticism this dude got.
That's true. Let's Talk Bulls says, always happy to watch it live. Keep up the amazing content. Glad to have you in the building. Let's Talk Bulls has popped up on the scene probably in the last month or so. Big supporter. We appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go check out his channel as well.
Y'all being here at 11 because I'm tired,
bro. Listen, I gotta record Locked on Bulls and a video for Chicago Bulls Central before I go to sleep tonight. So
you putting a suit on
for a minute? No, I ain't putting no more suits on, bro. We ain't doing none of that. Legacy Bull says, Javon Freeman-Liberty looks so good. I loved how Julian Phillips played this game. I also give a lot of praise for Nate Darling. He's a great catch and shoot guy. I think the Bulls could use him.
Hell of a name.
Yeah, Nate Darling is a hell of a name, bro. Oh, I can't wait to see the name Stacey King. If he ever makes it to the actual Bulls roster, Stacey King's gonna definitely have a wild
Bro, he
nickname
gonna have
for
a
him.
tune for his ass.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of you guys call him Max Strus. We gotta wait on that.
Yeah.
Like it's
Every
summer league. We gotta
white
wait on
boy that shoots a three, H. Matt Strus or JJ Redick or Cal
Tyler Hero.
Dang, I ain't putting him in that category. He ain't that. He ain't that good of a shooter to me. But that's
Nate
another
Darling?
point. No, Hero.
Oh, Hero. Okay.
I wouldn't consider him a shooter.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Melvin says, I just hope Dalen Terry plays like a Marcus Smart role. Marcus Smart in his early stages was never a good offensive player. I know he shot under 39%, but his hard defense is what made him valuable. Yeah, that's what they're going to look like. Like, Dalen Terry is not going to be used as a shooter at all the first stretch he gets in. Keep in mind, much like, and I'm not comparing the player to Jimmy Butler, but they didn't trust Jimmy Butler to start shooting for real until almost his fourth season. So it's going to be similar to that. He just has to play with energy, get out. I'll tell you what, half court passing, like running an offense, not that good. Transition passing, though, he's going to make the right pass in transition. So he has that skill set that he can use, absolutely, I think.
Bro, when it comes to them crazy passes, them cross court passes, he got it. But when it comes to that, come out there, pick that pocket, turnover. Can't have that.
Facts.
Cannot have that.
All right. Any last thoughts, Stevo, before we get up out of here, man?
Hey, we got one more game after this?
Well, I mean, if we win the next one, we're probably definitely going to get the summer league playoffs.
Playoffs. Hey,
yeah.
I'm willing to. Hey, this is a fun team, so I'm enjoying watching it. Yeah. So hopefully we stay healthy. Hopefully we keep playing good. Daily, you get more chances to improve yourself. So, hey, you need to have you ain't had a Dalen game yet. We need a Dalen game. So, I mean, you just like not even like just to go off, but you haven't really made your impact. Like you've made some impacts in some actual NBA games more than you have in the G League. So, like, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, I want Dalen needs to have. I'm not saying needs as far as like it's going to affect his career, but it would be nice to see Dalen have that game, right? That summer league game that you walk away from and be like, hey, Dalen was the best player on the court tonight. Like, and hopefully we get to see that from him. We got to see it a bunch in summer league. We play again on Thursday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ooh. Oh, Amani Bates.
But if he give, I need Julian on him the whole game. I need to see that. I need to see if he really like that. That's
That's gonna be fun. I didn't even know we played the Cavs. That's gonna be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, so. That's one thing I haven't seen Julian chase nobody yet. And that's somebody he can chase that can really test him.
Yeah. Agree on that one. So make sure you guys are locked in with us on Thursday. We'll be back live again that day to break down the Bulls versus Cavs Summer League game. Will that be the Bulls Summer League finale? We'll see. Will they get some postseason Summer League play? It'll probably be the only time we can win a playoff game. So we'll see what happens with that. But y'all make sure y'all go follow Stevo at Stevo Speaks. You can follow me at CEO Haize. You can follow the channel at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. We out this bitch. Peace, y'all.